First off, if you're going to be watching the Super Bowl, regardless of who's playing, regardless of who the halftime show is, then the halftime show is not for you. The halftime show is for people who are probably not going to be watching the game. Because the Super Bowl is all about getting the most possible ratings that they can get. The more people watching, the better for the NFL, the better for their sponsors. The Super Bowl is the biggest stage that any musical artist could ever perform on.
Yeah.
Which is how they justify not paying these artists. Something we talked about when we interviewed Kurt from Big Bad Voodoo Daddy last year. We talked about how the artists don't get paid, but it's not the same as.
But you're immortalized,
Yeah, it's not the same as like one of the local bands that we interviewed. Like, let's say the Service Monkeys. It's not like the Service Monkeys playing at Susie's in downtown Youngstown for free, and they might sell $100 worth of merch, and they're playing a free show. It's not the same as Lady Gaga playing the Super Bowl halftime for free. Because, for the entire month, she's going to be number one on every streaming service. She's going to sell probably millions of records. Well, not millions, hundreds of thousands of records. Just based off her Super Bowl performance.
Listen to them.
People that saw the performance like, shit, okay, I actually like Lady Gaga now. Or I really like Maroon 5 now. Or I really like The Weeknd now.
I like this song. I'm going to download this song for my playlist.
You know, that artist, they don't need the money. But the return that they're going to get from it makes it worth it for them to do the free show.
Plus, they got such a huge production. Those shows they're immortal.
Yeah, and
they're never gonna.
Whoever's sponsoring the halftime show that year pays for the production costs.
There's only a few thousand people that are gonna remember the time that you played in a sold out Quicken Loans Arena and made $100,000. But millions of people are gonna remember the Super Bowl you played for free.
Exactly. That you still probably made millions of dollars off of.
On the back end, yeah. Plus you get treated the whole week.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't have to pay for anything the whole week. So it's basically your costs are covered.
There's stuff that they have to pay for. There's stuff that they don't. Like they normally would put you up in a fancy hotel or whatever. The Weeknd didn't want to stay in a hotel. He rented out an Airbnb, a mansion on Airbnb. I think it cost him $9,000 a night to stay in this place. So he had to pay for that himself. Because I'm sure whatever hotel they were going to put him up at was like some $4,000 hotel. And they're like, yeah, no, we're not going to pay that. You got to pay that on your own. But I'm sure he was fine with it. He's got the fucking money anyways,
Yeah.
So yeah, there's stuff that they pay for and there's stuff that they don't pay for.
It balances. Yeah. The thing that sucks is when you're famous too, you pretty much eat for free unless you choose to. That's why most famous people don't tip big because they don't really have to pay for the meal.
That's true.
They go to award shows. I
know for a fact
$1,000.
I know for a fact the one time that I saw Trent Reznor at Kahunaville that he ate and drank for free all night that night. Because I know the bartender that served him, and the guy took it out of his own tips to pay for everything that night for Trent.
Mm-hmm.
You figure Trent Reznor's at Kahunaville, that's kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So, I'm going to treat him right. And I'm sure Trent probably gave him a big tip that more than made up for it that night, too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Even in Florida, when I worked at a resort, if a super famous person came through, or I knew it, I would do their jet ski. I just give it back all their stuff. Here, it's on me, man. Thanks for everything, So, like I said, I would get it. And my boss, he'd never care. He'd be like, that's fine. Because they're going to tell their friends that maybe aren't famous but have a lot of money. They're going to come down here now, and that's going to make more in the long run.
Yeah, and I know for a fact, too, when was it 2 years ago when I was in Florida. The Pro Bowl was in Orlando that year, and I know one of the restaurants on iDrive comped a meal for a bunch of NFL players. So yeah, that stuff happens. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We will be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Brandon Chaos. I wanted to let you know about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
And now, back to Planet Chaos.
So have you heard about this this fucking Morgan Wallen character? You heard about this fucking guy?
What's his name?
Morgan Wallen.
No. But I have a feeling with this. Oh, the country guy. Okay.
So he's a country singer. Okay, when he came out, I was a program director at a country station, and I still never heard of him. That's how unimportant this guy is to the world of country music. So this fucking guy, he was coming home one night after a night of heavy drinking with his buddies, which apparently he didn't get the memo that we're in the midst of a global pandemic, so he's out at a bar with his buddies getting fucking hammered. So he's coming home, him and his buddies are wasted. They're being belligerent. His neighbor hears it, so he goes outside and starts filming. So Morgan starts stumbling towards his house, and his buddies are in the car. He tells someone to watch over this guy that's in his group, and he says, quote, "Take care of this pussy-ass motherfucker," and then goes on to say, "Take care of this pussy-ass N-word," and then he goes into the house.
Hard R?
Oh, yeah, hard R. Yeah.
See, now,
okay, the neighbor didn't just start filming. It was Ring doorbell camera.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, it was. They did go and get a camera. The doorbell cam showed what happened before, and that's why the neighbors went outside, and then they caught what was going on.
Yeah. I remember, what was it, last year, he was supposed to be on Saturday Night Live, and he got in trouble for being out and making out with random chicks. So he was COVID protocol.
Yeah, he broke COVID protocol. And he did a skit about it
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember from the skit. And then now this. Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is they did it on Weekend Update on SNL, and the Che guy looks over to Colin Yo said, "Huh, I wonder who you learned that from," and was looking at him. Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's stupid. But
yeah,
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, yeah, you shouldn't say it. But one, you're drunk. Two, he's talking about his friend that's